Alright guys, I hope we're doing good. Welcome back. Playing Coaster 2. Hope you guys are having fantastic day. I don't even think I got this all messed up. Hold on. There it is. There it is. Professional streamer, guys. Professional streamer. I know how everything works. You know, sometimes you need things to be pitch black for a second, you know? You know what I'm talking about? What's up, J-Trains, in the chat? Saying you're listening from work. Awesome. Awesome. Hope you're having a good day at work. I had to do... the park was closed today, so... but I had to go in and do a little bit of, like, compliance training and stuff. Kind of like some of the boring stuff. Very important information, of course. Very important. But it's not the most fun to sit through. And it lasts for many hours. So, it is what it is. And I got through it. And, yeah. And we get paid for it, too. So, it's not that big a deal. So, can't complain too much overall. So, can't complain too much, but I hope you guys have had a wonderful day. Fantastic day. And such. I want everyone to be having the best day they possibly can. And if you're not, I hope it gets better. I genuinely hope it gets better for you. Never know when someone's having a bad day. And hopefully, maybe I can help with that. Potentially. If it's a thing. That's what I'm hoping for. So, we're going to continue on Wildfire here. As we have some stuff to work on and get done. I've been meaning to extend the station down to the ground here. Even if we need to add some, like, foundation pieces, it's fine. But overall, just adding this down. I'm highly considering retracking some pieces in Wildfire a little bit. I've decided from this point on, and this is the reason why I'm thinking about retracking a little bit. After evaluating some testing and such, I might start using the 4-meter method. And I know, I was the same person that said that I dislike it and don't like doing it. However, that's Planet Coaster 1. Planet Coaster 1, that was a pain in the butt. And just kind of like, that method was really, not really fun, to say the least. So that's why I didn't really like it. And I felt like there's better ways that some ways you could do it better. But after trying it in Planet Coaster 2, because I've had some comments, well, a comment, that just kind of got me thinking about it a little bit more. They said my recreation, it was during the preview video I posted, they said the recreation is unrealistic. So I was a little bit confused. I was like, I thought it turned out really good. So I tried to get more info out of them. They didn't really give me much info. They said the shaping and the smoothing was bad. And I will give them that. The smoothness of this build is not the greatest. If we do go... It's not the greatest. Especially when you go to the front bumper, you can see kind of how jerky it is a little bit. It's not necessarily bad, but you can see some of the transitions are pretty jerky right there. So I've thought about maybe going in and fixing that. But anyways, Noah's in here, Wyatt's in here. Good afternoon to you too, Wyatt. Also, hello, Noah. I was at SDC in June last year, and on Outlaw Run, the Riot Op said something about my Wildcats Revenge cert. Yeah, most of us at Outlaw, we're pretty, most of us are pretty big coaster fans, for the most part. Most of the crew on Outlaw are pretty... I'd say most of us are enthusiasts, for sure. I know I am, and then quite a few others. We take coaster trips a lot as a team, quite often. We're actually thinking about doing a Dollywood trip together. Yeah, that's the Outlaw team for you. Definitely, they definitely know their coasters, for sure, and such. So, we definitely do. Also, I'm not gonna. Don't ask any questions. I said it in the Discord. Mark your calendars for August 14th. I'm not gonna tell you why. Most of you will probably understand it, but yeah, August 14th. Not gonna say what it's related to. Just gonna say August 14th. Mark your calendars. Mark your calendars. Just trust me. But anyways, yeah, I've thought real hard about maybe like doing a little bit of retracking here and utilizing the 4-meter method a little bit. Because yeah, I got the comment saying that they think my recreation's unrealistic. Only one person, by the way. Only one person has said this. The rest of you, I think, would mostly disagree that and think that I've done a pretty decent job. I thought I did. But no, I take this negative feedback with a little bit of heart, you know, kind of like I don't ignore it. I don't think they're just trying to be mean. I think they're just being honest. So, but yeah. How'd you get the catwalks mod? Nope, not mod. It is all scenery and custom built. I made, they're just scenery pieces that I made to look like Wildfire's actual catwalk. So these are all custom catwalks that I built myself. Pretty proud of how they turned out. I still need to make the connectors for these ones on the brake run. We haven't done that yet. Because Wildfire also has catwalks on both sides of the track. And we learned while doing this that you cannot remove the in-game catwalk on lift hills, which kind of sucks. It is what it is, because I really want to get rid of it. And you can see that we did kind of make our own little custom catwalk, B&M catwalk. It looks great. Yeah, I think it did too. I think it turned out really good. It was a pain in the butt, though. Very big of a pain in the butt, because it kept wanting, like, the movement tools was not doing good. I left a little space right here because we have to create this little catwalk that leads back into the station. Because that's the evacuation route right there in real life. There's a little one right there. But yeah, I've been... I like stopped mid-sentence there, sorry. Anyways. This is looking great, thank you so much. But I still think we can do better. I think we can do better. More, well, best screw in the park. Sorry, wife walked in and so I'm here. I'm still here. I promise. But anyways, but yeah, Ella, we have a really good crew down there. A lot of us are coaster enthusiasts. Pretty awesome, and yeah. Yeah, it was a little difficult to do the catwalks. I will say that. Definitely was a little bit of a pain in the butt. But we got through it, and I pursued through it, and it ended up turning out really good. It was worth it. It was definitely worth it. But yeah, like I was saying, I recently was just in Planet Coaster, doodling around, and I decided to try the 4-meter method myself, and I gotta say, it's probably the best method out there for Planet Coaster 2. And with the tools in Planet Coaster 2, it's not that much of a pain compared to Planet Coaster 1. You can actually get very precise on what you want to do with your track and get the heart lining really well, and then you can smooth it out back and forth very easily with the tool that they gave us, which was a mod in Planet Coaster 1, but they ended up implementing it in Planet Coaster 2 as an actual feature. So they did implement it, and it was a fantastic addition, and I'm glad that they decided to implement that in the second game. And I'm very excited because we're going to be getting some sort of update this month as well. We need to watch out for that. I've been watching my emails like a hawk for whatever's to come. Because again, they thankfully I'm on Frontier's creator list where they send me some information early sometimes. I'm not allowed to talk about it. I haven't gotten anything yet, but I'm very excited to see what's next in this next free update. And also, the next DLC in, I think it was June, that they also mentioned in their update, which is great that we finally got an update. So, very excited to see what's coming next in Planet Coaster. I'm hoping maybe because it's taking a little bit longer for these updates, maybe they're doing some pretty big updates, you know what I mean? But yeah, 4-meter method on Planet Coaster 2, honestly, is probably the best method, and it makes it super smooth. You can't beat the smoothness of using the 4-meter method in Planet Coaster 2. So you know, honestly, they did so much better with the smoothing in general that I think it was worth it. So. Anyways, I think we're gonna start seeing a lot more stuff in construction here for the new ride in the coming months in real life. As far as I've heard, all the footers are in place, so and we should start to see a few support columns here soon, is what I've heard through the grapevine. I don't know if it's true. I've heard there's some already on site, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen any yet. But I'm very hopeful that we're going to start to see stuff get erected up into the air, and we're going to start seeing stuff climb above these hills in real life. So, alright, enough talking about too much. Let's go ahead and get my references up. I think we're gonna continue. I'm gonna continue on with my queue line reference here, which I used I walked through the entire queue, including the upstairs queue that goes into the gift shop queue, as I kind of call it, which we did kind of get a queue line started a little bit for this. So I think we kind of continue that trend and continue on with it, and it's going to be fantastic. So very excited to continue on to this. I've been using lately I've been using a lot of non-gridded pieces just in general. I think it's been nice just to have full control of where my walls go. So lately we've been utilizing those quite a bit, and I think we're going to continue to use those quite a bit because they are just a little more flexible. You can really mess with them a lot more. Just very useful. Alright, so we're going to go all the way over here. We're going to have some double doors. Is that tall enough? We're probably going to have to make a smaller piece here. If we go into our wood textures and find this shorter piece, we need to get this color transferred over. Yeah. What do you guys think's going to be in this next update for Planet Coaster 2 in April? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. I'm very, very interested to see what Frontier's got up their sleeve, and I'm glad to know that there is an update coming. very, very soon. This month. So we have, who knows when. I'm going to say it's going to be late April. That's just my guess. I think late April is going to be it. I mean, we're already, what, a little over a quarter of the way through the month, so I think April is going to be the time that we see something, or update, whatever it is. So, and love to hear what you guys think. On what do you guys think it's going to be? Very interested. Curious what we're thinking. Is there like a flat, all this kind of like top of it? I should have got, I need to get some, probably should get some references underneath. I would imagine it would just be like a supported piece underneath is my guess. We do have some windows here also as well that we could definitely look into. I'm gonna make like a lighter brown here for flooring and kind of just go from there. We're just gonna connect it with this. Easier on us. And then underneath we're just gonna add some supports, I think. Structure around it. I think that would be the best go-to move here. But we got this make-believe queue line up here, which is a real queue in real life. Not used very often. It has to be very busy at the ride for them to actually use it. The funny part is Wildfire used to have even more queue line at one point. Had the outdoor queue as well, which they never used. Maybe for like opening day when it first opened, or maybe that first season it opened, they probably used it. But as for now, so they removed it, and that area is now obviously under construction for something new. So it's exciting stuff. I'm so excited. Like when your park that you work at is working on something or building something, you get that level of a pretty high level of excitement. And you're just waiting for that announcement. And sometimes it's like this year, next year, or maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe we're not getting anything at all. Maybe it's just a bathroom. Maybe it's something huge. Who knows? We won't know until it's announced. There's still, even though I have some inside scoop, even though there's still that mystery. Like, I don't fully know all the details. Like, I don't know, like, what kind of ride we're looking at. Hasn't really, like, there's still a bit of wonder. Even for me, like, what kind of ride it's gonna be, that's not completely clear yet. Maybe perhaps when we start seeing some construction, more construction updates going on, once we start to see a little bit more of what's going on, maybe some track pieces show up, stuff like that. We'll get a better understanding of what we're seeing. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? We won't know until that day comes. So, and that's the truth. And that's the fun in it. Truly is the fun about it. Everyone that guessing, speculating, and I think that's the most fun part, seeing people that speculate, and might be right, some people might be wrong, and people could be spot on, Hey, what's up? Roderick, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Good to see you here. Yeah. Who knows? I'm very excited. I'm just excited. You know, it's exciting stuff. You know, because they keep teasing us a lot of stuff to us employees. They haven't said much to the guests. They haven't really teased much around the park yet. They've been technically kind of teasing, you know, ever since the announcement of, since the last season. I love that Thunderation is playing into the storyline and role of this new attraction, which is pretty cool. I love that the closure of it plays into the theme and whatever it's gonna be. You know, that's, to me, pretty awesome to see. So I'm very excited. Go with that. I'm sure you guys are as well. Rides are always fun. Always fun. And then once it gets announced, you know, cat's out of the bag, and then you just, at that point, you know, everyone knows. First time joining the stream? Well, I welcome you, and I hope you enjoy the stream. First time joining live? Glad to have you here. Thanks for being here and supporting the channel. I enjoy doing this with you guys. So you guys help push me through. I had a little bit of a revelation the last few days, and you know, I could have been streaming, I could have been doing stuff, but I ended up not. I even contemplated whether or not taking a little bit of a break for a little bit. But I decided to not to, and decided that I was going to stream today, and I got that motivation just kind of clicked, and I was like, yep, I'm going to stream. So, once that motivation clicks, usually it's a good indication for me to stream, because I'm just like, I gotta stream now. I gotta. This is what it is. Okay, let's see if we can copy over stairs. That's why I always like to leave copies sometimes, because you never know. It might be a good idea to add some stairways, stuff like that, whenever you need them. It's gonna go well right here. Just gonna place this in here, like so. Also gonna put it on the other side, so when we're back from the other side, here are stairs there as well. We're gonna deselect that and just have the railing selected, so we can add railings on this other side. And we're gonna expand our railings here. Connect. Put these. We can have like about a nice transition here for all of this. Very nice. And then we'll expand this wall over here now that we know where this piece is going to be. But as I've kind of mentioned before, this is definitely going to have some inaccuracies to it, which is fine. Does Silver City have housing for people who live 30 plus miles away? If you're talking about like for work, for working there, there is some housing, but it's not for that particular situation. And I think I wish it was, but it's not. I don't have. I could be entirely wrong. Maybe they are allowing others to stay at the housing. The housing is for like the international students and everything like that. From everything that I've gathered, that's what that is for. Is our internationals. I don't recall just seeing regular, more local people that stay there. I've never seen that situation yet. Again, I could be wrong, but I don't believe so. It's something that you would probably have to ask HR or the admins and the offices, because they would probably know. I mean, they would know. Not probably, they would know. I think it would be nice, for sure. It would make sense for those that do live far away and that might want to stay at the housing. But the housing isn't free, though, either. They do have to pay monthly or weekly, something like that. Well, anyone that does stay at it. Love and Branson, the housing is only foreign workers are. Yep, that's what I was thinking. Live in Branson, yeah. Looking forward to seeing this complete. Live 15 minutes away. Been going there for over 40 years now. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Made Wildfire and Plan Code 2 as well. Wishing you the best with this project. Thank you so much. Also, thank you so much for being here. And I don't know if you know, but I do work at the park myself. I work at Outlaw Run and Powder Keg, so I'm in attractions, and I am a senior lead of Outlaw Run and Powder Keg. I'm the senior lead of those two rides, and I absolutely love working out there. I'm on my 13th season. You can ask for me. I want to go to SDC work, but I'm not sure yet. And I know there's like you live 4 hours away. Gotcha. I was gonna say I know some people that actually do drive like a whole hour every day to work. My answer for you is going to probably be no. I don't believe they just allow anyone to stay in there. I think it's just the international workers that get to stay in that housing, because it's literally, I think it's literally called the international housing, actually. So, I don't know if I could really ask for you. I mean, I might be able to get that information for you, but your best bet is to probably call HR, the admin, and just ask like, hey, I'm very interested in working, but I do live kind of far away and would do like that, But I don't know. I'm very positive that it's for the international students only, which we should be getting here pretty soon. I think we're gonna get them by next month. A lot of them work for just summer, and then there's some of them that work all season long. And it's so cool seeing people from other cultures and training at the rides and everything. I really do enjoy that aspect quite a bit. It's a lot of fun. And a lot most of them are really great workers as well. And then it's so fun when you get I've been surprised with some, because I have some that I'm really good friends with. We get a lot of internationals from Dominican Republic. We also get a lot of internationals from Jamaica. We've had some from Colombia. We've had some from Thailand, I think. And yeah, just a lot of different cultures there that come to work with us and everything. And it's I'm sure very interesting for them as well. And sometimes you have to be patient, because their English isn't their first language. So sometimes when you are a trainer like myself, you have to be sometimes patient with them. And thankfully, I'm a very patient person. Like, I'm very good at having patience with people. And if they need that extra time, or some of them get it like that too, Anyways, I've probably seen you there before. Probably, if you've been there in the last 13 years, probably if you've ridden any of the rides, I'm signed off at a lot of the big coasters. The only big coaster I'm not signed off at is Thunderation out of all rides, and I might actually try and get signed off there since it's its final season. I think that could be a fun thing to do. I like getting signed off on rides, and say I got to oh, I got to operate that ride at some point, you know? I think that's always kind of cool to be able to say. People say, like, yeah, I was part of that. Got to operate that ride. Worked there 94 through 97 as a glass cutter. Oh, that's so cool. I bet that was so cool. I absolutely love the glass, all of the glass work and everything, like from the glass shop and all those. Those are so cool. I bet that was a fun job. I love seeing all the craftsmanship and just all the crafts and everything in the park. It's really one of the most unique and coolest things about Silver Dollar City. It's not just a theme park, you know, you have such cool stuff like that as well. I'm just kind of winging this a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not going too in detail for something that's not going to be functional. It's just kind of a for show kind of thing over here, you know? It's not all going to be functional. It's just going to exist because we're not actually going to use this for real queue. We're just going to have this here. We're just going to have it here as because it exists. That's really it. It exists in real life, so we're gonna make sure it exists here as well. So that way, when you do look overhead and everything, you will see over here. So, but anyways, well, that's so cool that you work there as a glass cutter and everything. So that is so neat. SDC in 2017 when Time Traveler was being built. Awesome. I bet that was fun to see the construction. I mean, they started construction on Time Traveler in 2016. SDC always starts early on their projects. The project they were working on right now, they started like the beginning of last year. They started clearing land and started doing all that stuff. So, yeah. They do like to do all their stuff early on. Pretty cool. Love your videos and would love you to recreate Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger, the B&M dive coaster at Six Flags at Fiesta, Texas. That one does look pretty cool. I love doing recreations, and I tried to only do one at a time. So if I do something like that, I think whenever I finish this, I do kind of want to focus on when I do. I'll do some like one-off recreations maybe, but I try to do one recreation project at a time. I don't like to too much. I mean, I could like I don't think Dr. Diabolical would be too hard to accomplish for sure. I think it'd be pretty simple. But yeah, potentially I might take like requests at some point. So keep that in mind if I do start taking requests. You might remind me and request that one. So, yeah, I've made some dive coasters before, B&M dives. They're fairly easy to make in Planet Coaster, I think, for sure. They're definitely not the toughest ones out there to create, so I would definitely kind of be open for that. I think so. But yeah, I know Jake. Who is C Creations, he's working on a Dollywood recreation, and I would love to maybe do some sort of, I don't know how, but like I'd love to do some sort of collaborations with him. He's also works on maintenance at Outlaw Run, so we do work together. We're kind of co-workers-ish. I would love to maybe like collaborate with him in some capacity with that. I think that'd be such a cool thing. It'd be so cool. Alright, so I gotta make sure this is gonna make sense here. So this is gonna go around that way. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to create a fence this way. There's a lot of inaccuracy here, but that's okay. The way I'm building this is just to try and get it to fit in here. It's not necessarily accurate. So with that, we're gonna keep that in mind a little bit here as we continue. I'm gonna create another little. There is an extra room of a queue line but it's not technically in this spot. So again, that's where the inaccuracy comes in, but it's the only room I have because I have a lot of extra room and space here. So that's kind of why we're going to put this extra room in here instead. Pretty cool. But am I going to miss Thunderation? Of course I will. It was my first big coaster I rode, as it was probably for a lot of kids that grew up in this area. So, like, yeah, Thunderation was my first big coaster that I remember riding. And I remember being absolutely terrified to ride it. And ever since I rode it, I've been a coaster nut ever since. I've loved coasters so much since then. Like, so it really did change my perspective on coasters, and ever since then, I've always wanted to ride taller, faster, bigger coasters ever since, so. It's been an awesome journey, for sure. But we're gonna go over here and make this array a little more interesting by adding some little details here and there. Keep bugging Big John, but he won't budge on the new ride details. I'm gonna be honest, he don't know. He probably don't know. Like, I think I know what it is, but there's still some details that I'm not sure about. Like, I've seen blueprints for crying out loud. However, I still don't know full details, you know? That's the crazy thing. Like, even us employees don't know that much as you think we do. Like, I know the manufacturer. I will say that. I know the manufacturer. I'm aware of that. And imagine if I'm wrong about that. Who knows? You never know. Please fix the floor in the corner. Which corner are you talking about? Where at? Floor in the corner. If you're talking about a few other, like I'm still kind of closing this up a little bit, and I'm gonna make it all a lot more pretty. Don't worry. But if you can specify what corner we're talking about here. If it's a fighting texture, that's something, yeah, I would like to fix. I don't like fighting textures. Anyway, keep it away, but have a good idea. At least somewhat of a good idea. The corner you're working at now, here. Is it this fighting texture here that you're talking about? I'm gonna assume you mean this fighting texture here, which we shall fix. I'm not gonna go too crazy detailed with this part of these sections here, because again, they're non-functional, and I'm just gonna make them exist in this part. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna make them exist. I'm gonna make this kind of a clean corner instead. Here's my brain. Oh yeah, I hate fighting textures myself. So if you ever see any, be sure to say something. But like these top pieces, sometimes I don't bother with, mostly because like they're gonna be covered up. You won't see them in the final product. Okay, can be crappy right now, but it's not gonna be there. So we will not worry about that at the moment. Oh yeah, if we see, like, you see these walls are kind of fighting, fix that. And if you didn't know how to fix fighting textures like this, all you really got to do is just grab some of them and then just kind of slightly move them to where they're still flush, but they're not. But just slightly moving them gets rid of the fighting textures. I'm using non-gridded pieces so I have a little more control on all of this, so playing in this game can be an eyesore, easy to fix. Trying to get some structure here, and yeah, and just get this gift shop going. We're gonna try and put the big centerpiece right up here as best as we can. Again, there's a lot of extra space here that that we have to figure out what to do with. I think what I'm gonna do for this extra space to give that illusion that it's not as big as it is, we could expand this further, because I think that's probably what we should do. But taking Dollywood and Planet Coaster 2, hey, see Creations as well. This is turning out really good. I don't know how detailed you're working on yours or how detailed you're going. He just finished Mystery Mine, and holy crap, it looks fantastic. But I do hope to like maybe do a little collab with them in some way, shape, or form, so we can have like Silver City, Dollywood, Recreations, both up on the workshop and everything, and it'd be really cool. It'd be really neat. Because obviously they're sister parks, and something like that could be really cool. Push that back so it's... So there we go. That's there. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Kind of got a structure going here, I think. The post at the end here, so it's not just sense. Yeah, thank you guys so much for being here, guys. I appreciate you guys so much. I think I talked about it in the beginning of the stream, and I was saying maybe I go back and retrack a little bit of Wildfire. Maybe not the whole thing, but I'm going to try and retrack maybe some sections and just utilize the 4-meter method a little bit, because I recently kind of did some testing, and honestly, the 4-meter method in Planet Coaster 2 is not as big of a pain as it was in Planet Coaster 1, so this was something I'm highly considering to start using the 4-meter method on, because it doesn't take that long. And you can get kind of very precise shaping, and really, when you smooth it out, it keeps your part lining if you have the banking offset just right. So I'd like to collaborate with you on a park, but not necessarily recreation, but just something for fun. Do you have a Discord by chance? I do have a Discord. It should be in the description. If you go to the description of the channel, it should be Discord link, and there, let me know if it is in there. If not, I can send a link to you. But yeah, I also have the share code for the park as well, for this recreation as well. If you guys want to download this and take a closer look for yourself, I'll probably update it again after we're done today. I'll update it again in the workshop, so that way you can get everything I worked on today all the way fully updated. Because it's not fully updated, I don't think. It has Wildfire in it, but I don't think it has all the details that we've worked on recently. So just something to note if you do want to download that. Yeah, the share code should be in the description, I believe, as well. But I'm open to collaborations. It's just I get really busy on some of the projects I'm already working on, so it can sometimes be a little difficult to work around it. Maybe we can do like a I've always wanted to do an open, like a collaboration park, like a collab sandbox park that we can share with everyone, and that everyone can work in at different times, because you have that ability in Planet Coaster 2 to share parks with each other and work on them individually. And maybe we can just like maybe make like a little floor plan, like this is where I build, this is where you can build, and then like we can help each other if we need help with something as well. Like, hey, can you help me build this? in my section, stuff like that. You know, just little things like that would be really fun. I could do like an open thing. Maybe people can apply for it. I don't know exactly how many we can fit in to work on it and such, but it'd be kind of cool to create a collaboration park together with some people that are interested. I think that'd be fun. I've always wanted to do that. I've never really utilized that feature in Planet Coaster all that much. Like I should. Okay, so we're going to put the little platform down here that is by the little lift motor. This is so they can have access to this motor down here and do all the maintenance that they need to on it. There's a little motor down here. This is a little platform. We're going to start adding these little fine details that we need to do. So, just joined. Awesome. Welcome to the Discord server. I do have it up, and I do see that you joined. Look at that. Awesome. Welcome to the server. It's a fairly active server. It's not crazy, but it is fairly active. I try to interact with as many people as there as I can, and all that fun stuff. But hopefully you find some sort of enjoyment in that Discord server. Just a fun place to hang out as coaster fans. Hey. Just so you know, I will start posting more this summer. Nice. Oh yeah, that was your oh, might have to remind me. That's your channel. That's a YouTube channel. Anyways, I checked out. Pretty cool. Awesome to hear though. I hope it turns out great for you. As we continue on this platform down here to create. Can I add you a friend as Discord? I mean, you can. I'm very bad at looking at my friend requests on there, so like I always forget about the friend requests in Discord. There's probably some on there that I need to actually go over. To be honest. If I'm gonna be honest with you, pretty bad about that. So don't take it personally. Sometimes I just forget that the friends just exist. Not that friends exist, but like I just forget about it existing. In general. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep working here. Alright, let's get this color in here so we can recolor our stairway. Our stairs that will travel down here. We have like a little stairway that travels down to this platform. And we're going to put it right about right here. We're going to continue it downward. With this platform, we'll extend it to the base of our ladder here. And we're going to create a tiny little opening with our railings here, so everyone has access. I think these are all spots, so we should be able to just slide all these over together. So, and then we'll put a vertical bracket in here. So that we'll actually move this one closer here, and then we'll take these that there, and bada bing, bada boom. Join your Discord too. Nice, I did see that. I'll add you now so you don't forget. Awesome. Maybe I could go in there now. I always forget like where the pending friends request is in general, so I never look at it, and that's kind of like my problem with it. So, anyways, It's just how it goes. So. Crazy. Did you try a collaborative style franchise at some point? I think I did. I think we did start one, but we just never really did anything in it, and that's why it kind of fell apart, and I never really revisited it because it was just if we do it again, I want to make sure that it's gonna be active, because that was the issue we had with it last time, is we didn't stay active in it, so you know what I'm saying. I don't think it's necessarily like anyone's fault or anything. We just did not stay active, and it was kind of a whole deal. What's going on, Fluffy? Why are we melting? What's with the face melting emoji? What's going on? But no, I'm very excited to get through this phase because I really want to get started. I don't know why, but I'm very excited to work on Powder Keg. Mostly because it's going to be challenging, but it's going to be an interesting one. So, we did it in Planet Coaster 1, but I'm excited to expand upon that and make it even better in Planet Coaster 2. And making it a little bit better functionality-wise and visually. Like, obviously we got the trains built already. Have Silas tell me that story. Oh boy. Oh boy, yeah. Why did I... That's a little wide, but that's fine. Minor details on something that a lot of people aren't going to be looking at is fine. I've been holding off like this. I've been like for too long holding off from doing this kind of like work detail, like very high detail work on some of these pieces on some of the stuff lately. So we're gonna try and get it all situated here. Speaking of Silas, I hope he's feeling better. I know he was sick for a while. Hoping he's feeling better now. Alright, we're gonna less down here, so we're just gonna even this. Try and even this. I'll try to anyway. Will we succeed? I don't know. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Yeah, we want to try and get these little details in here. I'm hoping that the frame rate of this park isn't unplayable when all said and done. We're still doing great right now. Still doing great on it. Haven't had any issues with frame rate yet. Shocking news, I'm still here. Is it that shocking of news? I don't think it's that shocking, is it? No, I want to get a lot done while I have motivation. Go back to work tomorrow, so... But I feel like my motivation might fly through into more. I hope so. And we end up actually, like... continue to, even if we work, you know, we're on short, gonna start doing short hours for the month, where we're only open from 10 to 6. I'm very hopeful that I will still have plenty of time in the day to potentially still do some live streams or even work on some videos as well, and continue to just keep working and keep it up, you know. I'm gonna try. Been very quiet. Hey, that's all right. But you're in the streams quite often, so all good, all good. All right, so that is looking pretty solid. I don't think there's any support structure that would suggest that this goes off the ground there. Like, I think it's just supported by everything here. I think. Pretty positive. So, but we're gonna continue with this trend of working on this stuff. So, yeah, we're gonna get the platform that leads back into the station area. At least try to. Right, we want to make sure that platform's going to be right there, and then we need a set of set of stairs that will go right there. And then that will be our evac route, and we'll have to put a door there on either side. That should fit just fine. All right. Let's see if we can fit in some, create some stairs here for this piece. I think we can probably use a smaller piece here. What will work best is what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, we could just use kind of like what we did here for the regular pieces. See if we can maybe do something like this. I'll get rid of that extra piece that I accidentally clicked on. Don't need it to be using that stupid piece. Do that to me. Alright. Yeah, something along those lines. And we can get rid of these beams that I accidentally selected. Like so. And, yeah, just want... trying to just select the grading piece to the right there, which we got now. Alright, and then we'll just need to create a few more steps. Select all of it. I know it's so hard sometimes to do what I want it to. Alright, that's actually going to line up fairly well. I take this piece and utilize it for the structure here. Create a nice support structure for the stairway. It's got to go like so. Custom angle here. Placed perfectly, but it the advanced move tool keeps trying to force us to use the thing I don't want to use, so we'll see about that. You know how it goes. Copy everything to each side. Structure going. Beautiful. I don't have a good shot, I think, of this. It's gonna be slightly inaccurate at some points, but that's okay. We're just gonna create an extra support beam here that leads back here and just supports all of this a little bit better. Now you can see that those aren't lined up, of course. Has no reason to not be lined up, but it is gonna do that to us because even though it doesn't make sense, it's still gonna do that to us. This is what made the custom catwalk so hard. It pulls that little shenanigan on us, so. But the best builders adapt and can work around such things. And hopefully someday they just fix it. All we can do is keep giving our honest feedback. And hope that helps aid them making it better. So. Alright, there's that. And now we're going to continue our railing. On this side. To add the railings to there as well. Even if these don't line up, that's fine. If they're not perfect, I'm not too worried about it. They're going to be a little bit hidden anyways, so. As long as they're somewhat close, and I find that that'll be acceptable enough. Right? Alright. Tap on. I think this is precisely the angle we need to be at for this. Alright, let's see if we can get to these railings roughly the same angle. I don't know why we're rotating that way, but we are. It's a pretty short walk up to here, so we don't have to be crazy precise as long as we're lining up somewhat decent on our railings. That's really all that matters. Literally just push these down, connect with tunnel ones that are not diagonal. Boom. These real quick. Thought I copied it, but I guess I didn't. Right. Then we just have to do a quick piece on top. Okay, instead of doing that, let's actually grab the proper piece here. This, like a prefabricated piece. Right? More there. But I almost missed. Yep, I selected some of the wrong ones. I knew that would happen. Imagine that. A little bit overlayered there. I'm gonna put these up here. Crazy how these don't line up the same every time. Always some different stuff going on. It's always kind of weird, but as long as it looks somewhat decent, we're gonna roll with it. And since we're just gonna push these forward a little bit. Like so, and then we're just gonna take top pieces, follow them into there. I take this, push it back to the appropriate spot, and just like that, we're in a pretty good shape. And the rest of them, usually we can just do this. It's not always the prettiest, but I don't need this to be crazy pretty right here. But we do have that detail kind of in there now, which is great. We need to put in a little bit of a control panel here. I think I got a blueprint of one. At least I thought I did. Maybe I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say like kind of like one of these-ish, but not really. Thought there was like some panel of some sorts. It might have been called something besides panel. I could just scroll through here and see if I can find it. I know I got some downloaded at some point. It's a matter of kind of finding the pieces. Got a fountain. Which I thought for a split second may have been it, but it's not. Gotta keep scrolling here. I have downloaded quite a bit of pieces as well. That's something to also note. Already been live for over an hour. Doesn't feel like it. Time just flies on by sometimes, and it's insane. Okay. I'm not seeing anything yet. And I just want to see what's in the workshop. I can create my own, if need be, but I just want to see what some people have created. I'm just gonna type panel and see what comes up. I'm not looking for that. Let's go for rating. And not within the last week. I mostly want it within all time, but we do have this electrical panel I actually really like quite a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and subscribe to that, actually. I did find that one, so let's go all time. I already got this one, which is great and all. I'm kind of looking for like a transfer track kind of panel. Not like a booth panel. That's because I know I'm gonna find a lot of booth panels and such. Which is not really what I want. I want something kind of like a block panel, yeah, something like that. Except I want something a little bit more detailed than So I can try and attempt to make it myself. I just don't know how detailed I would be able to do myself. Personally. A little electrical panel there. I wonder if we did put block panel in, if that would give us better results. Probably not. That's alright. Alright, that's alright. We can make it ourselves. We're gonna kind of attempt to make it ourselves. And I think we can just start by, if we type box, I think we can find some interesting shapes and sizes and such for stuff. This is the Atom screen, which actually does have like effects on it, so we probably don't want to go with that. But I do want to see what other stuff we have to work with, because there could be stuff in the toy box DLC that we could potentially use for stuff as well. Don't want to sleep on it. But probably should just settle for this, because this will be the best kind of shape for it, I think. Give it that little grayish color. It is sitting in at an angle, so we'll make sure it's at that angle. I need to figure out what to do for like the buttons and such. Alright, and we're gonna give this a little bit of some texture-ish. When I say texture, I mean just like some extra shaping. By doing an outer layer that's kind of like that. That'll give us a little bit of a nicer shape to this. Like so. And I don't think there's any buttons. If I type button, I don't think we're going to get anything good. We do have this, which is a toy box. Light. And I don't know if this glows at night or not. Which, if it glows, that would actually be kind of an added bonus. If it actually does glow for us, because it could light up for us, which would be actually really nice. I'm probably utilizing the scaling tool here a little bit, for sure. But you know what? This build's gonna use, whether we want it to or not, it's gonna use the, it's definitely gonna use that, it's definitely gonna use that mod for sure. This entire build to begin with, like, there's no going around that. It is going to. We could use cable. We could also use a pole and just like size it down if we wanted to as well. I want to take one of these, but problem is those are really long. I wonder if there's a shorter piece. Could just go in here and see what we can find in supports. There is like the support cable, which is somewhat okay. Don't want it to look like it. I don't know if I want it to look like cable. It's already like a pretty decent color, but I'm gonna go with it, I think. Might as well. there's a lot of stuff going on, but reference photos real quick. We can find. There's another. There is no, technically no support structure there. Forgot to mention the Dr. Diabolical's cliffhanger has the best lift hill audio plays before the drop. I didn't even know it had. I didn't even know that was a thing. So, so that's pretty cool. Pretty neato, I suppose. Let's go in here. Add a nice little door. We're just gonna add this one. This one will be fine. Maybe even make it a tiny bit smaller to fit. Put it on both sides, so that obviously makes sense. It does look kind of small, and looks like it'd be difficult to get through, so we'll make it a little bit bigger. Alright, we got those little details in now, which is quite nice. Got all those sounds and such Wildfire makes. Sound effects. Pretty cool, if you ask me. Look at that ringing. And we've got the upstairs queue up here, which is pretty cool. And this is where the gift shop is going to reside. Go ahead and put in some more walls right here. I have to try and keep my light turned on here to be able to see what we're doing. Yeah, this whole structure has been a little bit of a challenge to build. We're finally getting kind of like those little bits of pieces that we needed to get done, you know? Slowly but surely. We do still have some details to do, though. Here and there, so we're not completely home free just yet. I would say we still got to finish up this building with Q and do the exterior, the entrance and exit, and just overall clean up everything that is here. You know, and then we'll do like this little in-between path. We actually have to make the exterior queue, extra queue for American Plunge. Make everything functional with it. Give me your fear, my army creatures need your scream in terror. I need it. Your fear gives me life. Sounds pretty diabolical. Yeah, I actually haven't heard that audio before. You can see we have heavily started to clean up this altogether, and it's starting to come along. And we had to do classic Silver Dollar City theming. Barrels and crates. It's not Silver Dollar City theming without these two, without this combination here. That is 100% certain. You don't have crates and barrels in your queue, what are you doing? It's not Silver Dollar City if there's no crates and barrels. You gotta know that that's classic Silver Dollar City theming right there. Put a couple of these red crates around. Alright, we're gonna add a few more fencing over here. Will allow us to put in a few themed elements. Classic 1883 stuff. Exactly. Crates and barrels. The ultimate theming. $4 City. Can't have it any other way. Fix up fighting textures real quick. Can't have that. Alright, so let's make a colored crate here. Gotta have some variety in your crates and your barrels. Can't get lazy and place the same colors. Even place a couple different sizes in there. Need to place windows. I don't think we started doing that yet. Yeah, I hope at some point Planet Coaster will add a scenario editor like we had in Planet Coaster 1. My hopes and dreams that we do get a scenario editor. Because I think it would be really cool to make a Silver Dollar City scenario at some point. How cool would that be? And then basically have a scenario where you take over Silver Dollar City and run the park. Maybe make a storyline or something where Brad Thomas hands you the reins as park general manager and you start making the choices for the park. You need someone to run the park for them. I wouldn't care for the storyline of Hershend handing it over, like, completely, but, like, you're just someone who makes all the big decisions. I think that'd be a cool storyline for the scenario. And then, basically, you just, you run the park. And you add attractions, and, I'll give it some goals and such, I think that'd be kind of cool. Could be something cool. Yeah, that's starting to kind of look a little bit decent. First choices, I've themed stuff to fire in the whole outdoor area and plaza. I think they should definitely have, like, the, I agree with that, and I think they should have the, should move the fireman's cemetery to be right outside the queue as well. I think there's a perfect spot for it, where they could put the fireman's cemetery and it would be right next to the queue, so it could be part of the queue theming. I think it would be a perfect spot for it, personally. Alright, I'm gonna bring, oop, accidentally pushed play. I'm gonna bring up my queue line reference again. And I want to see mostly lights. Camera action. I want to see what the roof situation is here. I also kind of want to see how the lanterns are set up. Okay, so got a little bit of an idea here now. Talking kind of like the Ghostbusters scenario, I guess a little bit, yeah. Somewhat. I forgot what the scenario kind of entails from the Ghostbusters scenario. They, like, moved something over from the old one, but they didn't, like, fully move this fireman's cemetery over. Like, with all the gravestones and such. That's what I was hoping that they would actually move over, was, like, all of that stuff. They moved over, I forgot what it was. They moved over, like, one little piece of theming over there. It wasn't much, it was just, like, one wagon thing. I forgot exactly what it was. And it's not exactly, it's not even in front of Fire in the Hole. They put it over by the train crossing, kind of. I mean, it is by Fire in the Hole, but it's kind of more so next to the train crossing, and it's not near the queue or anything. But I just kind of wish they would properly bring back Fireman's Cemetery. I got a fighting texture there again we have to fix. Did they add gravestones? I didn't see any gravestones. Maybe I just wasn't looking that hard, or I just haven't been over there in a while, but I don't remember seeing gravestones. It could just be me. Being, dumb. Accidentally did not add these to now. Darn it, I accidentally I'm messing everything up. I'm messing it all up. Add scenery. There we go. Just want to make sure it's well lit in here. Sure they're still working on it. Potentially, maybe it's just kind of a work in progress kind of thing. Alright, we do have the big centerpiece, like flying boat thing in here in the center. I'm gonna try and replicate this as best as I can. I don't know if it's gonna turn out good. I have a little bit of a reference of it. So, we'll just see. I think starting off with a boat piece here is going to be our best option to get started. We'll size it to fit in here. I think it's important that we do get this detail in here, though. I don't think this is recolorable. That's the main problem with this one. What about this one? This one is recolorable, but it is a damaged boat. It's a shipwreck boat. We might be able to fix this up a little bit to make it look the way we need it to, potentially. And this is technically kind of held up by a lot of ropes and such as well. This is going to be at a little bit of an angle. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think this actually moves and shifts a little bit in real life. I can't remember. I never really pay attention too much to it, so... Anyways, it's got like this kind of blue color, most of it. Lighter blue, kind of like a little darker. The whole thing, the paint's going to be kind of off here, but it's going to be the best you can do. Really hope STC makes a tribute ride to King Deka. Wait, what? Six Flags Great Adventure? What now? A tribute ride to King Deka. What are you even talking about there? Are you talking about like a 400-foot ride or something? Hoping I got some decent shots of this centerpiece in the middle. Don't know how good of a shot I did. I think it has some wings coming off of it. Sides. A little bit. And then it just has like a lot of balloons attached to the top of it. So. Yeah, throughout the queue there is a lot of crates and barrels, so I did nail that quite a bit. Like, there legit is a lot of crates and barrels. It does have a pretty tall roof as well. Okay, there's like a little fan. And it does have the wings as well. Let's see if there's any wings that we can attach to here. Not those. Kind of like... I'll describe them like the tarp. What do I want? What is it called? Could be under scenery, maybe. Kind of just like the queue covers. I don't exactly. I thought they were called cover, but. Just thinking maybe I could make something out of that. Some sort of tarps. This could maybe do something for me. Maybe the marketplace decoration here. Just something that could slightly resemble some wings coming off the side. It actually looks better than what I was expecting it to, so. Sure, why not? Also gonna try and find, I think there might be in the marketplace like this, actually. That would work pretty good, actually. That's a big pen. Marker. Something to think from the... They did add some gravestone, didn't they? I Actually, I haven't seen that. The barrels, like the little fountain there. I haven't seen that yet. There's the funeral parlor little wagon thing that I saw that they moved. I did see that one. And they put it out, like, more in the fire district side, rather than, like, right in front of fire in the hole. It's cool that they did add something, though. So there are some gravestones in there. Never noticed that. Maybe they just weren't there when last time I've been back there, so that could be a possibility. Alright, now we got to put in our wagon wheels. Over the Ozarks and going up higher. Upside down, left and right, we better hold on tight. Bum 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 ba-dum. Dreaming of flying fast. The hills and over the horizon. Up higher on wildfire. Fire. Do we have balloons? Train goes by it like the gold one, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. It's better than nothing. I know a lot of people were wanting them to bring some sort of remnants of those back, so just of the cemetery. Red. Okay, we need to... that way. There we go. That's what we're looking for. I had to remove some of those beams in the way of these balloons. I can have a beam there, just not connect it here to here. Just to where it's not in the way of the balloons. Ba-balloomba. Cool. There's like no shit. But we do need to use some rope. different. I should have known. We'll just do it ourselves. I think it's shaping up. When you're down here, you'll also see the thing. You see the thing from down there. Now we gotta focus on getting all this done so we can get the roof on and basically get those areas finished. Nice and going. We gotta get all the interior in because you don't want to put like the roof. You can, but it's better practice to actually wait on putting the roof on until you got everything on the inside done. It's easier to build without a roof on top there. So you want to do the roof last. It's the last thing you want to put together usually. So. We'll have to make invisible paths for these so they obviously don't stick out like they are. I just don't know if that's the final cue that I'm going to do for this just yet. I might go in and add more, but I'm not sure yet. I don't even know if there's really a way for me to do that at this point. Probably not. I've already decided my fate. Yeah, it is coming along pretty good though. And then we can do all the exterior details because we have a lot of exterior details to do as well. Make sure we get all those in. This gift shop will look nice when it's all done. At the photography lab. Photography. Really cramming in all these details. Nicely. Technically move trees from like nearby forest to fire in the hole. Is a thing. It is. Indeed.
We're gonna have a blast on this powder keg, shooting through the Ozarks till the rails run red. Like that fuse, no time for dread. Oh, we're gonna have a blast on this powder keg.
Powder keg is gonna be fun. The Ozarks will go back. I think we're gonna... Here. I'm gonna first test this out with this section. I think it'd be benefit the most from the 4-meter methods. We're gonna do some retracking, we technically call it. Put the floor plan up so we can just see the track where it's at. So we can try and set that as best as possible. I don't think I used any custom supports in this spot, so it's also a great candidate for this. One. But you can see what we're going to do here. We're going to offset all the way up. So as well. And I noticed to go around 10 time. Kind of a good place to go with. I think for here actually we can go even smaller. We'll go 5 there. Bankiness. Banking, we're gonna go. Bank us up to here. Might have to make it even more gradual. Push us up to 30. Be banked fairly heavily. Start to unbank here. 30. 20. Down to 10. Zero. I think that's gonna line up pretty good. Might allow us to put in that make-believe trim break as well. I'm gonna try and get as close as I can before doing the auto connect also. There. That way it's a nice short piece. So we're going to do this as a test to see if this kind of smooths this section out. And if it does, we might do a few other sections potentially in the same way. So we're going to grab 4 pieces and we're going to smooth it forward and backwards quite a few times. The great thing about this method, it does keep its shape really well. It just smooths out everything else. And you can really go well without getting rid of your heart lining too. So you can see that heart line is really staying put there from this turn, which is really nice. And if this does turn out really well, we might consider doing some more in some other spots as well. After we've smoothed out on here, we can also quick test, see what that, we're gonna focus just on that section, front bumper. Nothing else has changed, just that turn. Just curious of how well it has smoothed out overall. Might do more. There we go. Oh, that's so much better. You see that? So much better. That was very butter on that spot right there. I'm socially awkward too, just so you know, so it's fine. Don't worry. Might do the emblem next. Might work on the emblem next. Because that was a huge... Did you think that was a huge difference? You can just see how it kind of jitters in a few spots. But once we get to this part that we use the 4-meter method on, boom, just butter. And you get to the Cobra roll, and it's a little bit... It's not... Cobra roll is not too bad, but it does have... You can tell where the transitions are between pieces. And then when I usually do this, I like to take quite a few pieces here, delete them, and then autocomplete. And what this does is visually it makes this one longer piece, because you see how small these pieces are. I don't want these pieces to look too small. These 3 pieces should be together. But when you do this, it doesn't mess up your smoothing. It just makes the visuals a little bit better, in my opinion. Makes each one of these. Make this into a break. I think we're gonna throw the trim brake here. for visual purposes, I don't think I really needed to do anything. I just want the visual of the break being there. Because it does exist in real life, so... Oh, if there's an actual catwalk there, is there? So I'd probably create my own custom. Alright, so we've retracked this section, this little turn. I think it was worth it. Your favorite ride? Is Wildfire your favorite ride? That's awesome. It usually gets overlooked by the other coasters in the park, like Time Traveler and Outlaw Run, so... Even Powder Keg sometimes, so not a ton of people... I don't know too many people where Wildfire's their favorite, so that's actually interesting to see. That turn looks so much better. I think we could definitely... a little bit on the implement. I think the shaping of the turn turned out a little bit better. I will say that this trim break does look a little bit long. I think it should be shorter. I mean, there's nothing in the gift shop right now. It's blank. I haven't started on it yet. But we've been working on the upstairs queue and the queue line. But we have not started technically on the gift shop just yet. This is actually what we've been working on, is this building with the queue line, extended queue line and such. Everything, so the station is almost pretty much done. We even got the little misters, the dispatches. So probably could add a few more details in the station, but we got some of the sounds. Yeah, we can do a POV. I'm actually in the middle of, like, retracking some sections. And everything. So, if you can listen real closely, we have the sound effects that actually play in the queue line. I recorded them during the off-season. You didn't know I work at the park, so. And we have, like, the little office with the effects that go in there. Nothing too crazy, like I dumbed it down a little bit, but it turned out pretty good. And I'm using this as a functional Trailblazer line as well. Hear all the different sound effects and stuff that play in the line. But yeah, the boat and everything, this is all just something that, this is all the stuff we just placed in. We just worked on this. Alright, I wish I had another. No! Oh no! Game just crashed. I have wow. Okay. I have not had the game crash like that in a while. Dang. We're gonna have to load the autosave. Autosave should have everything in there. I've never seen the game crash like that. It has not crashed on me like that in a long time. That's actually pretty crazy. Wow. Anyways, it is available on the workshop if you want to download it. I'm going to update it after we're done here today. So if you want to wait till I update it. That's the first crash I've had in a long time. Oh wait, I loaded the wrong thing. I need to load the autosave. Hold on. The autosave will have everything that we did. So yeah, if you go in the description, I have the share code in there. I did not mean to load this up by the main game. Like, save. I need to go to autosave. Autosave has what we need. Otherwise, nothing will do that. You cursed it. Yeah, I bet it was Jess. I wouldn't doubt it. Love JLW. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. I'm probably going to be ending here in just a moment. So you guys know. Sorry you caught the end, but... just should put a... You think I should just make a phantom block plate? Yeah, just do like a... Probably should. Alright, we're back. Alright, and... Game back up here. Let Phil load. Come on. Come on, there you go. Now you guys can see. I accidentally loaded the main game back up, or the main save back up, which means it's probably a good thing. I should probably go ahead and save manually. See, autosave just saved us there. If there was no autosave in the game, I would have just lost everything we did. Autosaved saved our butts. Please publish in. Like I said, I'm going to, when I end here, we're going to upload it. It's already on the workshop, so you don't have to beg for it. It's already on the workshop. So, but we have real sounds from the park. Got the powder keg theme. Oh, the Alpine mod went. I might actually get the Alpine coaster. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in the Alpine mod. Or the thing. And then, it's not triggering right now, but I'll have to wait till the next train. But we also have... You guys a quick POV. We're doing some retracking, so it's not the smoothest thing in the world. But we are doing some retracking of it right now. So, I just retracted this turn. Oh, we have the floor plan on. Oh, hold on. Let me move the floor plan so it's not in the way. Kind of clip through the floor plan. I put that in there so I can make sure my track was accurate. And I know the dispatches aren't proper either. I lost all that. I had to toss my computer out the window at that point. I've had moments like that. I really have. You can hear the custom audio. That's actually Wildfire's lift hill audio that I found. Made it into an audio file. Here's some guests talking. Oh, it's probably because you don't have any mods. I used a lot of mods. How much does SDC pay for ride operators with 5 years experience? Probably no more than the starting wage for a new host. We're gonna start at the minimum. I don't think it matters your experience, as far as I'm aware. I probably should get rid of that freaking pretend one in there. Probably what I'm going to do for the bottom of the drop, too. What mods do I use? Too much scaling and no track limits are going to be the main two that you need. Those are the main two that I use, is too much scaling and the no track limits mod. Because you're definitely going to need no track limits. I don't think you need the scaling, but if you don't have the scaling, some of the stuff that's supposed to be small is going to end up being big. Because it will be as small as possible, but it won't be past the endgame stuff. So But those are the two main ones. I have a few others like Sky Studio, but that's not required. And then I don't think I have any CTRs. They're on Nexus Mod. Or there's not really any links to them. Most of them are gonna be those two are on Nexus Mods. So if you just go to Nexus Mods and type Planet Coaster 2, you'll find those on there. But you do need to make sure you have the Cobra. What is it called? There's a mod that basically a mod that allows you to add the mods to the game. That's what it is. ACSE, like that one. You're gonna need that one as well. That's the first one you want to download because that one will. This one will. Hold on. This is the one that. Yeah, all the mods that you should need are in Nexus Mods, and just download. Just go to Planet Coaster 2. Make sure you download ACSE, too much scaling, and no track limits. Those are the three that you're gonna need for everything to work in this park. And I'm using mods because I want this to be as realistic and as the best representation of Silver Dollar City as possible. So, and I know a lot of people might be upset because I am using mods, but it's how it is. So sorry, console users. Probably won't work. Probably won't even load on console. I should probably put those warnings in there, but how it gonna be. Yeah, look at that. It's definitely keeping the heart lining really good when I utilized that now. So I don't know. I think the next section we're gonna do is probably the Immelman. Probably redo the Immelman with that. So, but I get people that get upset with people that use mods. I get that, but to me, it's just somewhat necessary for a project this size and this big. I don't use mods in games very often, but when it comes to like the no track limits and too much scaling, I think it is a huge game changer. And these things should already be in the game, kind of, in my opinion. So maybe at some point they'll be in the base game. But yeah, so I think that's gonna do it for the stream, guys. I gotta go do something quick. So we're gonna go into that, and hopefully we'll be back very soon. I know it's been a little bit since the last stream, so appreciate you guys being here very, very much. I hope you guys are enjoying the series, of course. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead, and before I forget, I'll update it to the workshop so you guys can have the updated version of this build. Here, upload. We're just gonna update it. Upload as a new one. Location. Popular. Park located in Branson, Missouri. This is a work in progress. Currently in Wildfire and Plunge. Be sure keep it updated. There we go. Park. I was doing it only during I was only uploading it every phase, but now I realize, like, what if this is a great backup to have? URL for your park. One. I'm not opening Planet Coaster 1, unfortunately. I don't do Planet Coaster 1 anymore. You know how long that thing takes to load? How long Planet Coaster 1 takes to load? I'm not going back to that. I probably won't do anything on Planet Coaster 1, unfortunately. Just because it's not something I really even open up anymore. Honestly, I don't even know if I still have it installed. I've kind of fully moved on to Planet Coaster 2 at this point. I know some people haven't moved on just yet, because Planet Coaster 1 does have a lot more, like, DLC content and such. I'm gonna do one more thing for you guys that haven't seen it, if you guys haven't seen this yet, and that is Fire in the Hole. Walk through just real quick. What am I doing? I always like to show off what I've done in Fire in the Hole. We have custom audio here too. Q audio. Of course, we have Ride Through itself. Obviously, we don't have all the effects. I did it all on Planet Coaster 1. Planet Coaster 2.
The ball
We still haven't gotten
set
this
the
area
whole
yet.
town ablaze. Go!
I started on it before I committed to the park, so...
Patches, I'm gonna tan your hide.
Chicken! Waggles have been chicken!
Wiley, drop that dynamite or I'll have to shoot.
Go ahead, Marshall. You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Ow!
Get after those ball knobbers and stop that fire!
Red Flanders, get back here and put on your pants.
I can't, Sadie. I ain't got no pants no more. The dang ball knobbers stole them.
Stole 'em? What in the city hell would they want with your pants?
They don't call me Bugs for nothing. Don't worry, they don't bite. Fudge.
Wildfire there.
Hurry! The bombers are gonna blow up the bridge.
It's got great over here.
Don't mess up my new pants, you ornery
Pack them
fool.
bundles under the dresser.
Can't you even tie a ding-dang knot?
Hurry!
What's the matter, Bugs? You chicken?
Watch out, you dang fool. You're gonna fall. Now look at what you done.
Uh-oh, I think I'm stuck. I can't reach.
Ooh, bridge ain't gonna hold. Bye-bye.
Bugs and Patches, we foiled your plot, and now we're using your dynamite to blow up the water tower and put out the fire.
Don't throw that switch! A train's coming that way!
Tower's gonna blow. Fire in the hole!
Tried your hand at making the Wildfire station. Awesome. How did that go?
Thank you, heroes. We couldn't have caught those
I need to make those,
good-for-nothing
actually,
ball
the
knobbers
exit ones.
without you.
I
Give
didn't even
yourselves
think
a
about that.
big old pat on the back. You deserve it. And it'll also put out any stray sparks. So long.
Alright guys, for real though, I'm gonna head out guys, make sure you guys have a great day and cooler tomorrow. And yeah, I'm gonna see you guys next time. We'll see what we can do with the train, by the way, when we do get there. You might have to remind me to do something like that though. So, anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day, cool tomorrow. I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Goodbye.